Hello, hello, hello. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. Come on in. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. For those of you guys who have no idea who you found. Look, I don't even know what to say. Right. Who we are or where you found yourself. I am Candy Sincerity Johnson.
And I am Sean Johnson.
Together we do a host of things.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I'm most proud of outside of being the parents of amazing twins is we are the founders of an amazing company called Sincerity Johnson.
Yes.
When we're not growing and running our oldest baby, being Sincerity Johnson, you find the behind the scenes kind of stuff over here.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome to our personal lives, the behind the scenes, sneak peek, and all of the things, girl.
Yes.
So I told y'all yesterday or the day before when I called y'all, I said, girl, I'm gonna bring Sean back.
And here I am, y'all.
Girl, I said, girl, listen, when y'all see me again, I'm coming back with Myrtle. Okay? We always listen. I always give the disclaimer. I can call her Myrtle. Y'all can't call her Myrtle. She is Sean to you. Okay?
Right.
She is my Myrtle.
Shawnita, if you nasty.
Oh, you've been spraying that stuff again. You've been spraying that stuff again. Listen, you're a Sincerity Johnson best friend if you know what I'm talking about. Sean been spraying that stuff again. Huh?
I'm not.
Sean been spraying that stuff again. I already know what it is,
You
girl.
said yes.
Yes, girl. Sean been spraying that stuff again. That's what she been doing. Listen, we haven't been live together in a few days.
Yes, it's been a few days.
Girl, we made a very much so like mic drop announcement.
Mm-hmm.
And then, girl, we just spun off. We twirled off into the abyss.
Right. But you know, I'm sorry. What did we run off into?
The abyss. What?
Did you put a K at the end of that word?
I mean, it's a sound. It's a,
There's no.
What is it?
It's abyss.
Spell it.
ABYSS.
Say it again.
ABYSS. Anywho,
You know how I would have spelled it?
how?
ABISK. Abyss. ABISK. Well, listen, I don't care. I still got an MBA. I still got an MBA whenever you get through. Huh?
Anyhow.
Yeah.
So.
You see what I'm saying? Whenever you get through playing, I still got one. Huh?
Right. Okay. Well, anywho.
Well, either way it go, I didn't win the spelling bee. Sean did. Sean did.
Right.
But we titled this video what? What did you type in the
This
thing?
is triggering.
Girl, are we going there? We going there tonight?
Because look, Camille already triggered her. It's triggering.
You know, are we going there tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all hit the like button.
You have to.
Over here, subscribe if you haven't already done so.
Yeah.
Hit the like button, hit the share button. Make sure your friends,
Mm-hmm.
your best friends are in the building for tonight's conversation because I feel like it might go somewhere.
I think so too.
I feel like it might go somewhere.
So before we get into the nitty gritty though, today was Tuesday.
Do you want to read Camille's comment?
That's what I said. Camille's triggered.
She's triggered?
Yeah, she's a little triggered.
Before we get into our conversation, read what Camille said. That's a
Camille
lot of
said-
words.
Camille said, y'all too much. Y'all better work this out. She said, I watched the other videos to get caught up. Just heartbroken, but I'm rooting for you. Camille, thank you so much, baby. Because I know it's coming from a good place. It's coming from a positive place. And when I say triggered, I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying that I know that it's a little unbelievable for some.
Yeah.
Especially for those best friends that have been with us for a long time. They're like, okay, on the seesaw we go. But it is going to work out, Camille, but not in the way that you're hoping. There you go.
You know, like
So it is going to work out though.
Yes.
But not necessarily in the way that I think you want it to go. She said, I know, but it's okay.
Yeah. So it makes me wonder. Okay, so this is my question to Camille and to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
All of the people who say, well, matter of fact, let's poll the group.
Oh,
Let me not assume that Camille is in the majority She might be, she might not be.
Right. She could be a minority. Yeah.
For the people who have been around for a while, let's say 12 months or more.
Yes.
You've been following our platform for 12 or more months.
Mm-hmm.
Then I want to hear from you.
Yes.
If you knew, sit this one out.
Yeah, just sit this
you
one out.
You don't know
and
enough.
I'm just going to see where it go.
If you've been following us for 12 or more months, I want you to put in the comments whether or not you believe, personally or otherwise, that we should stay together. Say stay or go. Right? Based on what you know. Say stay. Say stay or go. Say stay or go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Girl.
Uh-oh. Yes.
All right, so stay or go.
Say stay or go.
And like Candy said, you have to have been a best friend for 12 months or more. If it's less, then girl, you're still a best friend, but you probably don't have enough information to really make a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
because I have a follow-up question. Yes. Yes.
Yikes.
Oh my goodness. Sweet Jesus. That leads me to my follow-up question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay. Okay.
All
right. Very good. There we go. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
She said go, but before I wanted to stay. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Lord have mercy. Y'all ain't watching that video.
Y'all ain't watched a video. Girl, you ain't read a book. Girl, you ain't did none of that.
Veronica said, girl, tough it out. Yikes.
Tanisha said, now Tanisha, I know she a way back in the day. The owners are way back in the day. Okay, I got y'all. See, okay. It was like a split group, kinda.
I love these people over here.
They're weird over there.
Girl, I love y'all.
Some of them.
I love y'all.
But anyway.
Yes. Hey, Brandon, good to see you. Listen, so my follow-up question, because there was a lot of people saying to what?
Stay.
A lot of people were saying to stay. Shocking. For the people that were saying to stay, my follow-up question to you would be, what the hell would make you go? If you want us to stay after all of this, what else would it take?
Right. What would make you go?
Girl, what else?
What I need to know.
What else could happen? What else could possibly happen that would make you go?
Short of somebody unaliving somebody.
Brandon said you look like your dad. I do. And you do too.
Exactly. Both of y'all do. So yeah.
Yeah.
That would be interesting because
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm actually a little surprised by the responses.
What else could possibly happen to make you say, like, what would one have to do? You see what I'm saying? What would one have to do in order for you to be like, you know what, girl, cut your losses?
But what I find interesting is that, and I'm not picking anybody out because I don't know personally, but I will say this. I feel like it's interesting because for some of the people that saying stay, they would leave for less.
Yeah.
Just because of some of the other conversations that we've had, not even about us, but just in general. Mm-hmm. I've seen people be like, oh girl, never me. I couldn't do that. Nothing about that. I can't. I'm gone. So
yeah. Brandon said, are y'all together or not? Not. Very much so not.
Yeah, not.
Yeah.
Leota said, I will say go if it is for the better, but I just said stay because I like both of you guys together. Okay. Kim said you both have been through a lot, so yes, what else could happen? Mm-hmm. Oh, child. Let me tell you about the power
no, girl. Oh my God, no. We ain't never had that.
Never ever.
No, best friend.
Never have I ever.
Yes.
So what I was gonna say is, I should have lost my shirt. and you took me up out of there with that.
I was like, girl, we ain't never.
No,
girl.
Yeah. Sade said I want you to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel said I would really love to see y'all together. I had my cheerleader suit on and was cheering y'all on. Oh, thank you.
Aww.
But yeah, so that's interesting.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Well, whatever. Well, yeah.
And this is is the reason why we like to have these types of conversations, because it's not for any kind of persuasion tactics or anything like that. We just like to really pick people's minds and really understand where people are coming from.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Rosa said, I thought about it. I would say go, because it's not good to stay if you got to work on yourself. So yeah,
absolutely.
There you have it.
Absolutely.
Speaking of working on oneself, today was Tuesday.
It was.
How was your session today?
It was Therapy Tuesday.
It was Therapy Tuesday.
It was Talk About It Tuesday.
Come on, talk about it Tuesday.
It was Talk About It Tuesday. So I went into the session with mixed feelings. Is this a safe space? Do y'all want to hear about therapy?
Is.
If you want to hear about therapy, say therapy. If you want to hear about therapy today, say therapy. Okay. So I'll get started assuming that more do than don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went into therapy with mixed feelings, if I could be honest with you.
Okay.
Because I knew that I was going to have a difficult conversation with my therapist. And I knew a part of the conversation was really going to be centered around, like, girl, I need more. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm sick of coming in here feeling like I'm talking to a good Judy or a good Jonathan, and I'm just telling you what's going on, and you skinning and grinning, and that's it. So you looking forward to the therapy session more than me, because, girl, you trying to figure out, girl, I need the tea. Girl, what's happening? Girl, she couldn't wait to sit down and close the door. Girl, she was like, girl, what has happened over the past couple of weeks?
Right.
So, I led the conversation by saying, I will give you the details about what's happened over the past couple of weeks. But in doing so, I got to be honest with you and tell you up front, like, sis, I need a little bit more than what you offering. So I got her caught up on everything.
Okay.
And I told her about the trip. I told her about you and I. You and I had actually arrived at that conclusion before my last session. So she was clear on where we were. She just needed to know, like, girl, well, what has happened since you guys made that decision, right? So, after I said everything that I said, she never said, okay, well, I can give you more. She never said, well, I can't give you more. She never said anything of the sort. It was very much so like, okay, well, what else happened?
So you was like the next episode of her favorite show.
It's very much so given, like, she's not even a best friend. She's like a super fan at this point. I don't know. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, at this point, like, if somebody comes in and says, okay, this is what happened, I'm gonna give you high level. And then I'm going to say, then I said, I need more, right? I need tools. I need resources. I need help building out a plan. And then she hears this, pauses, and then goes back to clarifying questions about the details of what happened. I'm sitting there like, huh?
So I will tell you this. This will be interesting.
I want to hear what you guys have to say too.
She could be doing one of two things, because when I was going with my therapist, my first one that I just loved, she just tickled my fancy.
Before Grisine?
No, it was Grisine.
Grisine, okay.
She would do that, but she would be fact finding so that she could take that information back and then come to the next session with, okay, based off of what I gathered from you, let's do this worksheet, or let's look at this, or let's do that. So I'm wondering, was she asking, and you'll see when the next time you go, I'm wondering if she was asking for, like, additional details so that she could figure out what tools in her toolbox would help you, or if it really was just like, I just want the tea.
Girl, I don't know if she got a toolbox, because at this point, it's feeling like you got to go plug me in the chat. You got to go put me into Chat GPT, and then you got to see what they say, read your cliff notes, and then come back
to the next
and
session.
Then come back to the next session and then say, like, okay, well, here we sit. It's very much so given, like, you stumped me with this one.
Right.
It's very much so like giving, girl, you stumped me with this one. And then remember I told you, like, we get to the point where, like, I told her, I said, you know, Sean and I told her, I said, I'm going to just be transparent with you. I said, a part of me really wanting more tools and resources is because Sean and I have gotten here before. We've been here a number of times. Mm-hmm. So we both know that moving forward together is not the best option. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure that when the dust settles and financially we start to clear things up, we don't start, as my good Jonathan say, pussy popping and backpedaling. Mm-hmm. And fall back into bad habits
and start seeing the sun shining again and thinking
exactly
okay.
Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, we both know long term this isn't the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. So I told her, I said, it feels like we run to the edge of the cliff, look down, see how far the fall is, and then get scared and run back the other way. And then, you know, we keep doing this thing, mm-hmm. but we know long term it's not working out. We're not supposed to be here. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I need tools and resources to make sure that as we progress forward, we stay the course and don't fall into bad habits or do things unhealthily. Is that the word? Unhealthy, and so forth. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, I would be interested to see the next time you go what she comes with. And I think that would give you a more better idea what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Because like Veronica said, she said it sounds like she's being more nosy than helping matters or making money out of you.
Yeah. And that's what it's giving. It's giving very much so like, girl, I just, you know, my life ain't really got a whole lot going on. It's very much so giving, because she's married. She wear a ring. You know, you can't ask them about them. Mm-hmm. I be trying to ask.
Girl, I used to ask mine.
Because sometimes I'll come up in there and be like, we've talked about me enough. Mm-hmm. It's your turn. Yeah. Girl, I walked in there one day and said, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Tell me what's going on with you, girl, because you, right? Maybe my answer will come through what's going on with you and your man. Situation. You see what I'm saying? Like, because you wearing this ring, but it's very much so given, like, I feel like I've said things in the past that have somewhat triggered her. Mm. So from some of the things that I've said in the past, I see her facial expression change. Mm-hmm. So I'm apt to believe she's married with no children. Mm-hmm. And she might be bi. Mm. Based on how she hit me with some of the bisexual conversations we've had in the past.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
But I've gotten to the point where I don't know. So she had to cancel next week because mm-hmm. she's double booked or something like that. Mm-hmm. So she was like, we will resume in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I would say see what she comes with on that one. And then after that, you may need to maybe go over her head a little bit. Like, yeah, I need to find somebody else that's more suitable.
Because I'm like, girl, if I'm going to just talk it out, girl, I
can do that with a good friend.
You see what I'm saying? For free, girl. For free. And I don't have to get in the car and jumpstart my hoopty and ride across town. You know, like, I don't have to get on the broom to do that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, well, I hope the next one is better, but we'll see. Mm-hmm. We shall see.
Yeah. So that was therapy. Okay. But let's get to what you titled this video.
Mm-hmm. Because it's triggering.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
Since this most recent breakup, since Sheila wants to know.
Oh, Sheila, yes.
Yes, girl.
This is the absolute final.
Yes. So since Sheila wants to know, and many other people, what have you found to be, I guess, triggering thus far? Like with this process?
So I think for me, the hardest thing or the most triggering thing is when something happens financially because we're still trying to recover. We end up triggering each other. And by that, I mean, something will happen. It reminds us where we are because of what I did, and we shouldn't be where we are. That triggers you, which then heightens your frustration and disappointment and everything like that, mm-hmm. which then you then act away towards me out of anger and frustration, as you should, because look, if somebody toe up stuff like they did, you would be frustrated and stuff like that. And then that's triggering for me because then it's like, okay, now we're going right back to where we were several years ago. And it's like, well, Mug, we here because of what you did. So it's like this cyclical thing where it's like something to just poke at one of us and then it just sends us into a tailspin.
Without giving too much. Because it's too personal, right? Without giving too much, can you think of an example that would drive that point home?
You said not to get too specific. I'll give you a specific, like, I mean, it's a gang of them. I mean, what do you mean?
Type it right here for me. Type it right here, Marita.
I just put it right here. This is the most recent one.
Oh.
Or you want me to keep going?
No, that's too
personal. Let's see.
These are our copious personal notes. We'll decide what we'll share.
I mean, it's a gang of them.
Let's stick to this one. Maybe this one ain't too bad.
Okay.
Let's stick to this
one.
So
the most recent one, for example, is you guys know that Caleb plays baseball. Kennedy plays travel softball. Caleb plays baseball. He plays in-house because he's not interested in doing the travel. He like, I just really do it because I like the camaraderie and the guy time and it's something, physical to do outside of my music and stuff like that. And so he finished his summer season and then it was time to get him registered for fall ball. Well, because of things that have occurred financially, we were trying to make it happen and we could not make it happen. Okay. We could not, right?
Yeah.
But that's triggering for Candy because she like, man, we're not even supposed to be here.
Yeah.
This is not even supposed to be an issue. Like, what do you mean? And then that causes her to be frustrated and stuff like that. And then we have this disagreement, or what have you, and I have to own it, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And then that triggers me because I'm like, oh, well, here we go. I thought we would, you know what I'm saying? So that's like one of the examples. So it's like little stuff like that. So when we came originally and told you guys nothing new had really happened, that was kind of sort of true, but kind of not true. Because it's all these little ancillary things that keep happening as a result of the one major thing that it was. So it's like these constant reminders, it's almost like that wound that you're trying to heal and you can't never heal it because every time it gets a scab over it, you bump into something or something scrapes it off and now you got to start the healing process all over again.
Can you silence your phone?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I had. So that's just one of the examples. So when we say nothing else really happened, we're just saying nothing else catastrophic has happened, like the original incident. But it's these things that just keep occurring and keep coming up. You know what I'm saying? And so because of that, it's like, how can you really heal if you're still, it's almost like we stuck in quicksand.
Yeah.
And every time we get one of our feet out and we like, oh, okay, it's okay. For some odd reason, somebody pushes us or something happens and then both of our feet are back in the quicksand.
So for the best friends that were on the video a couple of nights ago, and it was just me, and Sean came downstairs, I said something, but I didn't give any context.
Okay.
I said a part of me making the decision to be done was I was fine when it impacted you and when it impacted me. I said, but when it starts to spill over into the kids, you playing a dangerous game. If you were on the video when I said that, say I was here. You see what I'm saying? I said, you playing a dangerous game at that point. I said, because when you stop looking at it as Candy and Sean, these social media people that I'm growing accustomed to seeing, and you put your mother bear hat on, you see it different. You see what I'm saying? You see it different. So it goes back to me saying, like, what else would it take? You see what I'm saying? So for the people who were here, say I was here. Renee said I was here. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of best friends that's like, okay, I was here for that. Now you guys have context. Caleb has played baseball every year since he was 4 years old. He's played baseball every year. Fall ball, spring, summer. So like when I say it came to the point where the deadline had passed And I'm emailing the league like, yo, you know, like, can we get an extension? Can we trying to register him? Da, 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 da. They're like, no, registration is closed. All slots have filled up, blah, 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 blah. Season's getting ready to start in a day. Mm-hmm. Like, he can't play. So I'm like, Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it hit different. So for us to have to sit down and then have the conversation with him, and we had to sit down and have the conversation with him. I told Sean, I said, look, I don't want us to go into a conversation with him to say, hey, you've done nothing wrong. You've done everything we've asked you to do. You've gone over and beyond. But for us to say you still have something being taken from you, it didn't feel good. So I told Sean, I want you to sit down. I want you to get on the computer. I want you to look for alternative solutions. So that therefore the conversation is not just, you can't have this. At least it'll be, you can't have this, but you can have this, this, or this. Does that make sense? So Sean did some research. She found some options. She looked at the family calendar. She found some things that will fit into the family calendar with everything else that we have going on and all the other demands. She gave Caleb the options. So with that being said, when she gave Caleb the options, he immediately jumped up. We were sitting on one couch. He was sitting on another couch. Mm-hmm. The man jumped up, ran over to her, barrel hugged her, gave her a hug and a kiss and said, I love you. I love you, Mima. Accidents happen. People make mistakes all the time. But I love you and it's okay. That was his immediate response. Mm-hmm. That was triggering. That initial news was triggering for me. So if now what I told you guys a few days ago probably makes sense. Mm-hmm. So when I told y'all, I said, I don't act like my hands is clean. I don't act like I don't do nothing wrong. Baby, I am hell on wheels when shit go left in this house. Y'all know I cuss more than anybody when I'm mad. You see what I'm saying? I tell y'all up front what my flaws are. It ain't no guessing game. You see what I'm saying? Like when something happened and I fly off the handle. It ain't even got no handle no more when I get involved. I fly off the handle. But I don't do it in front of them, but I fly off the handle. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm knowing this man gets straight A's. He's like, if I asked him to do something, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, I'm gonna do it immediately. Like this kid, I promise you, I'm not trying to act like we got a perfect child, but if there was anything close to it, Caleb would be it. Yeah. I promise you. Yeah. Everybody say that about him. So it hurt me because we live not far from the baseball field. It's down one of the main streets in town. So guess what we gotta drive past? His friends over there playing. You see what I'm saying? His friends over there in uniform playing. He got to go to school with kids. That's like, hey man, what team you on? We haven't played against you. I haven't seen you. Like it hit. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So when I'm hurt, to Deona's point, my mouth is lethal. It is a deadly weapon. You understand what I'm saying? I understand what my flaws are. So I'm not going to act like my hands are clean and I'm not going to get online and play victim. I understand. Anybody who know me know. Mm-hmm. Girl, that day, all of that happened that morning. Mama was here packing orders for SJ, for Sincerity Johnson. Girl, I cut through there so quick. Sean and Mama was in there. Mama said, girl, I don't even know if you spoke. Girl, you came through there like a tornado, came through, closed that door and left. She said, girl, I had to reevaluate and say, well, girl, what did I do? What did I say? Normally, I give my mama a hug. Baby, I was seeing red. Yeah. But I had an appointment. I had somewhere I had to be. So I had to get out the door and go to the doctor. But I was done. I was triggered. You see what I'm saying? And so in the midst of that, now that y'all have more detail, explain. You said something will happen. And then how did you say?
Yeah, so something will happen. It would be triggering. And then our interaction would break down. And then that would be triggering for me because I'm like, okay, now we're back to, this same place where we were years ago when everything initially happened. And so then I'm triggered and then I shut down. So it's like this cycle that occurs. And it's like every time something happens, we just can't seem to progress forward. You know what I'm saying? But what it also uncovers is the fact that fundamentally, right? So let's get down to the root of it. Fundamentally, I can't give Candy what she needs from a partner in a relationship, and Candy can't give me what I need in a partner in a relationship because everything that has happened. There's things that's fundamental, foundational that we need out of the person that we want to spend the rest of our lives with or years with or whatever the case is, that because of things that have happened on either side of the fence, it ain't no blame game. We've stripped each other from the ability to give the other what they need. Mine probably is not even having the right skill set and stuff like that, right? And then hers is I took her ability to do it. Like I literally told this woman, I have done so many, you can't even give me what I want no more because of, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, so when people say stay, I'm just like, okay, you got to take a step back and be like, okay, if you can't get the fundamentals from the person that you're with, then what are we really talking about, right? Like you can love a person, but you can love them differently, right? The connection just needs to be different.
So Stephanie says, so Candy keeps bringing up the past when new trials happen.
No, not really.
So that's what you heard? Out of what I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm literally just reading your comment and I'm asking. So based on what I said, that's what you heard, that I just keep bringing up the past. But is it the past if everything that's happened since is tied to the original? Maybe you ain't read the book. I don't know.
Right, probably. Yeah. So it's just like, we're sharing these things with you guys, not because we're like, okay, we just want to tell our business, but we are sharing these things because there's somebody somewhere that's either going through something similar or trying to heal from something similar, or maybe they're trying to work. Like there's something that we're going to say at some point in time that somebody's going to be like, you know what? I get it. Or that helped. Or thank you for, like something like that, right?
Yeah. And sometimes, here's what I'm learning in this season. A lot of times we just go through life and we're just kind of riding off whatever happens and then our emotion connected to whatever happened. Meaning we're in reaction mode, right? A lot of times we don't even, this is for the people who have been in relationships or otherwise. A lot of times we don't even sit down to figure out what our boundaries are, right? One of the things that's different now, obviously with me being 20 plus years older than I was the last time I got into a relationship. What is happening?
I'm not sure. I'm confused too.
Girl, I know one of the things that's very different for me is I will, and I've started to make a list of my boundaries. So that way it's not an emotional reaction to this new person, right? Because what's worse than playing a game with somebody? Because we used to do this as kids, right? Like you'll be sitting there playing basketball with somebody or whatever, and the other person be winning, and then all of a sudden you keep changing the rules. You ever play with somebody like that? Girl, Kennedy be doing that to Caleb all the time.
I be like, Kennedy, girl, the rules. You cannot always play because now you losing.
You keep scooting the finish line back. You see what I'm saying? So with all that being said, one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to build out my list of boundaries so that when you get into a new relationship at some point in the future, or friendship or just anything, right? You'll already have your list of boundaries and you'll know what does and does not work for you. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Dana said, y'all know my thoughts regarding projecting.
Oh, girl, people are triggered. Sheila said, how many times are you going to let Candy break up with you?
Who said that she broke up with me this time?
Oh.
I don't think that was ever said.
Oh.
But Yeah.
Wow.
I think that there are some misconceptions because you see a more dominant personality and a more submissive personality, that when something major happens, it's always the decision or the thought or the driving force of the more dominant person, right? And that's not always the case. You have to also understand that I am a 45-year-old grown woman who also has done a lot of work on herself.
Yes.
And that knows what I need and what I want out of a partner, right? So just because we come to you and we say we've decided that we gave it one last good gung-ho try and it's not going to work, I think some people automatically jump to the fact that, oh, that means that Candy broke up with you. No, we both as grown women in our 40s realize that we're not getting what we need from each other, and we're probably going to do more damage than good, and that's not healthy. And so because of that, we've made the decision to go ahead and move forward in separate directions. So I hope that clears that up for you.
Yeah. And that, I don't know, it's like nails on a chalkboard for me. That's the annoying part of being transparent, is you could be as vulnerable as you can possibly be, and somebody will take that and then pick it apart or manipulate some kind of part of what was said, or project, as Dana said, right? It's the projecting for me, right? You know what I mean? Like, people will take their own personal biases or their own personal experience as gospel, and that's not the case, right? It's not a situation of me not moving forward from the past. I've given this example a lot, and people seem to get it a little bit more when I use this example. If you in a car with your friends, y'all have heard me say this before. If you in a car with your friend and your friend is careless, she looking through her phone, she been drinking, she whatever, y'all get into a head-on collision. Car is totaled, your neck hurt. You can't tell the person sitting in the passenger seat of the car at the scene of the accident, girl, stop complaining about your neck pain. Get over it. Whatever. She's still sitting in the same spot with no help. You understand what I'm saying? So how are you going to tell her, even if it takes the ambulance an hour to get to that spot where they are? How are you going to tell her she should move past it if she's still in the same spot she was in? That's the part that y'all don't understand. If this train had progressed, if we were different than where we were 3 years ago, almost to the date when this happened. It was 3 years ago yesterday, right?
Literally.
It popped up as a memory for me. From your beach walk, right? So with all of that being said, it's one of those things where you can't, and they teach you this in therapy, you can't tell people when and how to heal. Right?
Exactly. You
cannot tell people when and how to heal. And if they can't move past it, that's all the more reason to stop saying y'all belong together. You know, like so you're not really proving your point, you're illustrating mine, if we're honest about it, right? And this is just a teacher moment, because a lot of people look through the lens of somebody on social media, and then everybody want to pick apart or dissect what they think, and it's not accurate, right? So even though we're being completely transparent, we will always give you guys some, never all.
Right.
Does that make sense? We will always give you some, never all. So there's always going to be parts of the story that you don't know and are not privy to. Just like anything else, any other storyline.
Right.
Any other storyline. So with that being said, it's a situation where it's not a thing of the past. It's not.
Not if you're still living in it.
Right. And the two people who are living it on a daily basis are telling you this is not a thing of the past.
Right.
Period. Like, that's it.
Right.
So to say she keeps living in the past, I think that's irritating to me.
I can understand that. Like, for example, another good example, if somebody was truly living in the past, is if your man, because it's too personal. Let's take it off the husband. If you've been with your man and he cheated on you 3 times 6 years ago, And since that 6 years, he's never done it again. He's been completely faithful. You guys are good. He's been open and transparent with you. He lets you know where he's going, when he coming back. He don't got no lock code on his phone, like none of that, right? But every time he leave the toilet seat up, you go off and be like, and this is the reason why you was over that other girl house, and da 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 da. That's living in the past because it's not happening no more. Like
one ain't got nothing to do with the other.
Ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
That's
like,
right.
We ain't here no more.
Yes.
But this is another example. Every time you go to do his laundry, he got his stinking socks in the middle of the floor. Okay. And every single time you go in there to do that laundry in that laundry room, his socks is all over the floor. He did it 6 years ago. He did it 5 years ago. He did it 4 years ago. He did it last month. He did it today. That's not living in the past. That's something that just keeps happening and keep going and keep doing it. And it just keeps.
Yep.
That's not living in the past.
That's living in the now.
That's living in the right now because it keeps going.
Yes.
So I hope that illustrates the point a little bit better.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kim. We received that. Thank you. She said, I love you both, but I believe you two are making the best decision for you and your children.
Thank you, Kim.
And that's how we arrived. If I'm honest, thank you, Kim. That's how we arrived at where we ended up. Because this thing is bigger than Sean and I.
Oh, way bigger.
You see what I'm saying? There's two people who are upstairs asleep who will one day enter the dating world. And one day, God willing, decide they want to be married. And we don't want marriage to look like, well, when it stop working, y'all go down there to the courthouse and you get a divorce. And then when it start working after that, if y'all got kids together, it's cheaper to keep her. So y'all just stay under the same roof and just thug it out. And then when y'all want to get back together, you totally do. And you move back into the room. And then when y'all get sick of each other, you move in separate rooms.
Right.
That's toxic.
That's not a healthy relationship.
But that's what they've seen out of 11 years. That's what they've seen for the better part of like 7, right? So it's like, is that really what marriage and relationships look like? Because we gotta remember who our first teachers are of relationships. That's our parents. So either they give us a healthy example or a horrible example. So if we're not able to
today, you just convicted my soul with that comment.
What? What?
That our parents are the first example of what we have of what a relationship looks like.
Yeah, our parents are our first teachers of how to be in relationships. That's your first teacher. It goes back to what Fran said. Remember when we was cool with, right? When we were cool with them, she said when she got like past high school age, she said, no shade, but I wouldn't date a man whose parents weren't married. Remember?
She sure did.
She said, because if you as a man grew up not seeing your father know how to properly love your mother, then you can't model what you haven't seen.
Yep.
And as a person who grew up in a single parent household primarily, I saw my grandparents that were married up until he passed away. But I kind of took offense to the comment. But then the more I looked at our situation and how toxic our situation was, the more I realized when you get out your feelings, it's truth in it.
Yeah.
It's truth in it.
Oh, that's heavy.
It's truth in it. And so kids don't grow up like regurgitating and reciting what they've been told. They grow up mimicking what they saw. If poverty is normal for you, then poverty will become comfortable for you. Lack will become comfortable for you. You see what I'm saying? If it's not normal for you, it's not comfortable for you, and y'all used to having money conversations and you talk about investing in business and entrepreneurship and multiple streams of revenue and all that, if that's the lingo, then that conversation won't be foreign to you. You see what I'm saying? It's all in what you saw. It's all in what was modeled in front of you. And I told you all the time, that's why a lot of Black families struggle financially, is because even when you did have family members that was doing well for themselves, girl, they were so secret squirrel with how they did it and what because they didn't want nobody to, they didn't want nobody to, girl, what happened over there?
Girl, it stopped. I don't know what.
Oh, okay. Well, girl, cancel the subscription over there. I don't know what. Girl, I don't know. But anyway, y'all get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you want to add?
Girl, I don't think it's nothing else to add, girl. I think it's time to open up Q&A, child.
What questions do y'all have for us? We'll answer your question.
All right.
You got hit with that. Why did that bother you so much?
I think so. It didn't necessarily bother me, quote unquote. It's like one of those revelation type moments like I used to have in therapy. When something would be brought to me and I'd be like,
what did it make you feel like, Myrtle? Let's
because you got it. Okay, so this is what that comment that Candy made really hit me, because I observed my mom in relationships, and I observed my mom being in relationships she should not have been in, and staying and just dealing and doing all of these things, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess unconsciously, that seed was planted in me and I didn't even really realize it.
That it's better to have somebody versus
that it's
nobody?
Better to have somebody than nobody, or you can always make it work. Sound familiar? Whether it was beneficial to you or not, or whether it was the best option for you or not, or whatever, like, it's all good.
Wow. So
inadvertently, I didn't even realize that was shaping me in a way that I didn't know that it was shaping me. Then we'll say, OMG, I just said that. Oh, I think she's talking about something else. Then it's so funny because I saw, it goes right back to what you said about how kids don't regurgitate what you tell them. Yeah. They do what you do, because then I had the examples of like my grandparents on my father's side who were married and happy. Then I had my Gigi and my granny that was like, girl, you don't put up with nothing. Girl, if it ain't right, you go. Like, who stands in you? You stand up for yourself and you be strong and da-da-da-da-da. So I had other people feeding me the correct information, so to speak. But I still mirrored what I was in and what I saw.
Yeah.
Yes, aha moment.
And you have to realize, so that's your perspective. You see what I'm saying? If you guys have read Moments of Redemption, think about what happened in the first chapter of that book.
Yeah.
Think about what I saw when I was little. Don't go into details, but if you read it, say, I read it. You see what I'm saying? If you read it, say, I read it. I was a little girl. I saw something very traumatic that shaped who I was too. Yeah. So I might not physically go there, but when something happened where I feel like I'm being backed into a corner, played with, taken advantage of, as the kids say, you've been playing on my top. Think about the situations where it felt like Sean was playing on my top, as the kids say.
Right. Playing in her face.
Playing in my face, disrespecting me, da-da-da-da. How do I show up? That's when I cuss you out, get loud, da-da-da. Like, that's when I clap. You see what I'm saying? And that's my way of protecting myself, because I seen what happened when a woman don't protect herself. She get ran over. You see what I'm saying? So ever since I was a little girl, I took the stance of, I'll love you, and I'll love you without limits until you cross the line. Then my claws come out, so that you know I'm not to be played with.
Right.
And that's my defense mechanism. But in doing this roundabout that we've done all these years, I trigger you, you trigger me, but it don't stop. You see what I'm saying? Nobody can play victim here.
No.
Because if it was that bad, one or both would stop doing it.
Exactly. Because there's also situations where I trigger her first. And then it gets her going, like my lack of communication, not listening, you know what I'm saying? And or not considering, things like that. And then that sends her into a tailspin, and then here we go again. Yeah. So it's not just starting on one side or the other. It starts on both sides with different scenarios. Yeah. Right? Like, it's crazy. And then I see what you said. Yeah, you literally as I was processing it, had already said what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
But you got anything else? We do have some questions.
No, that's good.
Veronica said, have you decided the bigger change to move out to give yourselves more space to heal? We do have an exit strategy or exit plan that we're working through.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the ultimate goal, of course. Yeah. I mean, we can't stay cohabitating forever. There was another question. Hold on one second.
What was that?
What's what?
Oh, what Tanya said.
She was just saying what Candy is saying is true, because I sat in a relationship that wasn't good for me and my daughter, seen it, and now she's in the same relationship and she's 23.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as Sean is reading through more comments to get to any questions, if you guys have questions, type them now.
Mm-hmm.
As she's looking through those, another thing. So we talked about the kids not seeing the healthiest version of marriage with us. You got to understand, we've been in the same spot for the past 3 years. We would take 5 steps forward, get drugged 6 back. Take 10 steps forward, look like we completely coming out of this mess, get drugged 12 back. We also have been, because of our disobedience with staying together, we've been locked into this cycle of poverty. And the last thing that we ever spoke over them was lack. You see what I'm saying? And so just like you don't want your children to grow up seeing an unhealthy romantic relationship, don't nobody want their children growing up seeing you robbing Peter to pay Paul. Because then all you're instilling in them is survival tactics. How to win the day. How to win the week. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to win the day or the week.
Right.
I want to get to the point where we've got next year's salary put away. And then once next year's salary is put away, then we working on, a few years out, retirement, and then next generation. You see what I'm saying? Wealthy people work now for the next generation. This generation is already taken care of. So there are people with different money mindsets. And a lot of it is, you got to just assess. And like I told y'all on that video where it was just me, I told y'all, I said, we've been here for 3 years. You don't get time back. You don't get time back. We can't take God's grace for granted. And Sean and I will be foolish to believe that we're going to be just as healthy in 10 years as we are today. We might be, but we might not be.
Right.
What if we're not? You need more than love to pay the bills. Don't nobody want to be on the struggle bus with nobody else. Because if you sitting there long enough, y'all going to look at each other and you're going to turn on each other. You see what I'm saying? So we still have the ability to go through this very rough patch and then untangle Charlotte's web and then still come out really good friends. If we do it and do it right, then despite what some of the naysayers in the comments are saying about us or, whatever, we still have the ability to really come out and be really good friends and live our best lives.
Right. Yeah. Which we're both deserving of.
And you got to look at things from a spiritual perspective and just a logical perspective. Just common sense will tell you, if you keep finding yourself in the same situation, you've got to make a different choice. You would tell your kids that. You would tell anybody that. If you keep finding yourself in the same situation, you've got to make a different choice. We've made every different choice besides separating. Like, for real. We've tried everything. Everything, girl.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Tanya
said her follow-up question was, how does she fix it? If she's the one that has the daughter that's in the same type of relationship now that she was trying to prevent her from getting into. So I'm gonna give my answer, and then I'm sure Candy would probably have a different answer. It's difficult. And the reason why I say it's difficult is because it's already ingrained in her. And until she sees it or she does the work on herself, it's going to be very hard. Like, you can't just go up to your daughter and be like, this relationship is not good for you. You really need to get out. You got to make a different choice, yada, yada, yada. Because if she doesn't truly feel that or believe that, then it's not going to make a difference. So that's what I have. That's like my knee-jerk answer right now. if I pondered on it more, maybe I would have more, but that's just what I have right now. And of course, I'm sure Candy has something that she can share.
So I think you got to do a couple of things, right? I think and now I'm 42. So I'm what you call an 80s baby. I don't know, what your age range or age group is, and it don't matter, right? But I'm just going to tell you one of the biggest issues that my generation had with the generation before us. A lot of times our parents never led with transparency. Mm-hmm. It was very much so, this is what I think, this is what you should do. And there was no background or teaching as it relates to what they were saying to us. It just seemed like they was just barking orders and we were supposed to just do it. Mm-hmm. So there's a disconnect between what we heard and what we did, right? I think that generation got it wrong. I think what would work is very unpopular. You got to lead with transparency.
Oh, that's good.
You've got to lead with transparency. You've got to strip down and be completely raw and tell her everything that you did wrong. It might require you being so vulnerable you cry. Mm. You understand what I'm saying? You have to approach this. And I don't know your personal circumstances. I'm just going to, and I don't know, I was led to give you this. And maybe because it's August and I believe her situation happened in August. If Brandon is still on here, he will say amen because he know I'm not telling a lie. Brandon is my first cousin. His mother and my father were siblings. We both share an aunt, my Aunt Angie. Mm-hmm. Her husband murdered her. Her husband. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know what your daughter is going through. But I'm telling you the extreme version of what shit going too far look like. Mm-hmm. My cousin don't get her mother back. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to go to your daughter as if her life depends on it. I want that to be in the back of your mind when you have this conversation, because you got to go raw. Mm-hmm. I don't know what she's in, but if it's physically unsafe for her, you got to be raw. You got to be raw. And when you go to her, you got to tell her all the things you did, all the things you did wrong, how you wish you gave her a better example, and how you're the inversion of what she could be if she don't make a different choice. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be transparent. The problem is the silent generation. Thank you, best friend. The silent generation is always trying to look so perfect that they don't give us the lesson, right? They give us the language, but they don't give us the lesson. We need the lesson. Mm-hmm. My family used to always say, I'm not really from Illinois. I'm from Missouri. I'm from the show me state. You got to show me. Mm-hmm. So there's different stages that we teach kids. In the beginning, when they little, we do it for them. Then you do it with them. Then you let them do it and you coach. Then you take your hands off and you observe. This has to be no different. You gotta plead over your child. Mm. This is personal. You see what I'm saying? I know, Tanya, I'm speaking in the prophetic. This is bigger than us. I'm telling you what I'm telling you. And this is why a lot of times when people get on here and they be all with the criticism, I'm like, you confused. Go sit down. This ain't that. Right. Because this always ends up here. You see what I'm saying? Us exposing ourselves is always how God has blessed us to get out of our mess. Mm-hmm. For the people who think that we crazy and we just telling our business, God has always provided. The Bible says, I've never seen the righteous forsaken nor his seed begging bread.
I'm going to put a pin there. I'm going to come back to that, what you just said. Go ahead.
The more we share, the more transparent we are, the more doors open for us. I don't know how. I don't know why. Somebody on the last video was like, this is ministry. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? It might be. It might be. It just always works out like that. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? We be trying to figure it out, and God is saying, you go over there and solve a problem for them. I'm going to solve a problem for you. One hand washes the other. Mm-hmm. So what I'm telling you, best friend, is you have to show her. You have to come to her and say, baby, look, I'm pleading over your life. It's times I walk the floor. I'm praying. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I don't know if you're going to be okay. But I met a lady online who said her dad's sister was unalived by her husband. We done seen oxygen shows. We done seen Snap. We done seen all of these things. You see what I'm saying? We all know somebody who knows somebody who it happened to. And everybody would tell you the same story. I never thought the shit would hit my doorstep. I never thought it would be my family member. I never thought it would be me. I never thought until they thought. You see what I'm saying? Until they thought. So you got to just be transparent with her. And in being transparent, all you can do, the second thing, so the first thing is be transparent. The second thing to do is love your child unconditionally. She might stay. We pray she leave. She might stay. She might stay. She might stay. And if she stays, she got to know whether you decide to leave tomorrow, next week, a month from now, a year from now, whether you stop talking to me, whether he cut the lines of communication, whether he isolates you away from the family, no matter how hard it get, you always can come home. You always can come home. I don't care if Kennedy and Caleb, I don't care what situation they end up in. Baby, if you ain't got nowhere to go, nothing to do, you can always come home. I'm your mother. I am your mother. I felt your pain before you even know you had breath in your body to breathe. I know you. I know you. I know you. Your child got to know that they can always come home. There's no shame. There's no guilt. There's nothing you can't tell me. There's nothing you can't talk to me about. I don't judge you. I don't blame you. Speak these words over your child. If you're a praying mother and you feel it in your spirit, pray over your children. Pray over your children. It's never too late to pray over your children, sis. You got to lay before God over your children. She's got to hear you say it. She got to hear you speak the words. You got to believe it from your heart and your soul. Pray over your child. Pray over your child. If you got 5 minutes with her, 10 minutes with her, I don't care. Pray over your child. Pray over your child. Your child belonged to God before they ever belonged to you. Pray over your child. Pray over your child. The mistakes that Sean and I make, there are times where I am angry and I cry and I go through my ups and downs. And Sean will tell you today was an amazing day. There's days where we get along well, and there's days where, like the baseball day, and I don't have nothing to say and I'm slamming stuff and I can't. You see what I'm saying? Right. But I pray over them. And not because of what Sean did. This ain't no blame game. I pray over them for my own personal fears, my own personal convictions, my own personal insecurities, and why I stayed. You understand what I'm saying? I pray over them for the mistakes that I made and my inability to make a sound decision on their behalf. I pray over them because of the mistakes that I made and that I subjected them to. It's accountability time. So that's all I'm saying to you, best friend. You got to do them two things. You got to be transparent. You got to pray over your child. You got to make sure she knows and understands that this environment is unconditional love. It's unconditional. But time is moving swiftly. The Bible says, what does it say? Time is filled with swift transactions or something like that, meaning tomorrow is not promised. Things is moving quick. You don't know how much time you might be here. But I told Kennedy a long time ago, I said, put me in your phone as your protector. I want you to see me as your protector. You understand what I'm saying? I want my baby girl to see. Caleb knows too. You see what I'm saying? But I see him becoming a man more and more every day, and he's becoming his protector, and he gonna soon be our protector. Right. But with that being said, I'm telling you, I tell Kennedy all the time, if you can't figure out nowhere to go, call your protector. Your daughter has to know. I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow, a year from now, 5 years from now. So although this love is unconditional, you got to think, daughter, what's going to happen if I'm not here to save you? What if I'm not here? What if you don't have a safety net? So leverage the safety net while you got it. It's that sense of urgency. I don't know. Yeah. What else you got?
Excuse me. Nothing.
You had some. You said
I did. I had something, but
that
just stopped me. I was told to stop. I don't have nothing else. And look what I wrote in my hand.
For who? Me?
Just period. I was told to stop. It literally physically just stopped me. That's it.
Any further questions? Any further questions? Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Okay.
I know.
Tanya.
Let us know how it goes.
That.
Yeah. Yeah. You got best friends who in the spiritual realm, they're there.
Yep.
They're connected. You understand what I'm saying? This is a network, not just of people who just come together online. Like there are women that I would say if something was going on, pray for my mother, pray for my children, pray for me. You see what I'm saying? That I literally would trust to pray for me. Mm-hmm. You got some women in the building, some men probably too. You got some people in the building that literally can go before God and get stuff done. Yeah. This is that. This is that. This is that. This is that. Y'all, the cussing preacher is dead and gone. But am I gonna be a cuss? I don't want to listen. Y'all keep making stuff happen, girl.
You keep being brought here.
But I curse so much.
It don't matter.
I curse so much, girl. You know, I love y'all so much. When I say I love y'all, God Almighty. Anyway, I don't see no other questions.
All right. Well, I enjoy being here, y'all.
We're gonna be back tomorrow.
Sure.
We're gonna try to come back tomorrow, y'all. We love y'all. Yeah. We love y'all for real. I really do. I don't know where this thing is going. And I fought it tooth and nail. Because I didn't want to Sean was okay with it, girl. Sean is an open book, but girl, I didn't want to bring y'all into this part of our lives, girl. I was like, girl, why tell them, girl? They didn't know we were back together.
I know,
so
she
girl.
was like, they did. We never told nobody we were anyway. I was like, true, but I think people were speculating. So I'm like, yeah, it's like we've always been open. So just.
And when something.
And then my thing was, I'm like, okay. And then once we get to the end of our exit strategy and I'm leaving, then people gonna be like, what?
Yeah. And I'm telling you what I'm telling you. Every single time we were obedient, doors open. Every single time, I promise you, we didn't know why, we didn't know where, we didn't know. It just happens that way. Y'all have seen it. You know.
This was released because you brought it back. So what I was gonna say is because every time we were obedient, it seemed like we were able to start taking our feet out of the quicksand. And then when things started to look better and we were like, oh, it's okay. And we started getting the little butterflies in our stomachs again and stuff like that. And then we came back downhill again. We literally tried this thing in January. Things were starting to look up. Things were starting to look better.
Yep.
By March, it was all falling to hell again.
Yep.
I literally wrote in my hand, best friend, I don't know if you can see it. I wrote obedience in my hand because of what Candy was saying. The last time we tried to get back together, we told our story. We wrote that book. Things started to look better. We got back together, fell apart again. So I started to look better again. This past January, we're like, okay, well, let's go. Things started falling apart again. God has been telling us. I keep telling y'all, no. Nope. I don't know if it's no never or not right now. I'm telling y'all no. No. And every time I tell y'all no, and you start to smell the roses again, you go back and I told you no.
Yep. So what I think people are seeing is, you're not my wife and I'm not your wife. But I do believe you're my best friend. You're my best friend. My whole heart believes you are my best friend.
See, look.
Yeah.
Look what Arnita just said.
Yeah.
So we have to be obedient.
Yeah.
And like Candy said, we can't get to the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're being obedient again, we can't get to the cliff, and then the sun starts to come out and we start to smell the roses again and be like, oh, see, it was just a rough day. No, I'm telling you, no.
Yeah. Because somebody else's destiny is tied to our obedience. Somebody else's destiny is tied to our obedience. If we misstep, them two kids continue to see ups and downs. They continue to live in lack. You see what I'm saying? Then there's certain conversations we not having on this platform because a lot of the conversations are stemmed around what we've experienced. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Then it's best friends like Tanya who don't get what they need when they need it. Nothing happens by circumstance or happenstance. Yep. Somebody's destiny is tied to our obedience. I tell y'all all the time, it's bigger than us.
Yeah.
Our story ain't that deep. Girl, people break up every day.
All the time. Ain't nothing special.
Yeah. Ooh-wee. Well, I love y'all. You love them?
I do. I love y'all, best friend.
Aww. Well, we will see you guys later. We're going to keep living and keep documenting and keep talking. And girl, y'all make sure y'all are part of this community. If you don't have the books, go to sincerityjohnson.com. Girl, it ain't a whole lot over there on that website, but them books.
Right.
Go to the
and the card game.
Right. Go get your card games. Have good.
No, the conversation cards.
Yes. Go get your conversation cards.
Girl, that's what got us talking.
Yes. Go get your conversation cards. Make sure you go get your books, your book bundle. Get caught up on the story because it's just getting started. Love y'all. Have a good night.
Good night.